I'm a big fan of science fiction. Not because I'm a big believer in dark apocalyptic prophecies and dystopian realities. For the record, I'm not. I actually like to read science fiction, especially science fiction written by African American women, because I think the medium of science fiction allows for the full expression of emotions and shows the shadow of the pain of exclusion and disempowerment. Also, it's an expression of creativity that has permission to be wildly out of the box. Recently, I had a copy of the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin sitting on my kitchen table when a friend of mine came to visit. She delicately picked up the boxed set, looked at the images in the title, and quickly set it down, a look of fear on her face. And then she started brushing the air as if she was shooshing a fly. I asked her what was she doing. "I'm clearing the vibe," she said. "That book has some dark energy and it immediately grabbed my aura. I don't like negative things." I stared at her for a minute and wondered how much of the physics lecture could she endure in her energetically compromised state. I decided to keep my mouth shut. Sometimes holding on to a good vibe takes self-regulation. Actually, holding on to a good vibe always takes self-regulation. If you can stretch your mind back to the physics classes we took in high school, you might remember the lessons we learned about vibrations and the amplitude and frequency of energy waves. High-frequency vibrational energy waves move quickly with lots of small, rapid undulations. Low-frequency vibrational waves move more slowly, with longer time spent in the valleys and the peaks of the waves. We are vibrational beings. Each and every one of us carries a vibrational signature that is measurable. The higher our vibration, the more immune we are to the impact of the daily ups and downs and shifts in energy of life. The lower our vibration, the more dramatic and intense everything feels. Higher vibration energies entrain lower vibration energies. In other words, a higher vibe can pull up a lower vibe, but not the other way around. Lower vibrations cannot lower a higher vibration unless you allow it. It's not personal. It's simply physical law. There's a difference between being an empath and having your energy field hijacked by someone else's energy. You can feel low vibe energy, but just because you feel doesn't mean you have to absorb it. In fact, the more you hold your own energy, the more you can shift the vibe in the room. Most of who you think you are is a memorized set of patterns, thought patterns, behavior patterns, emotional patterns, and unconscious habits. These actually get hardwired into the brain like a computer program. This leaves us with only about 5% of our awareness left over that is conscious and controllable, while the rest of our subconscious is operating on automatic. This is the exact reason why some people stay stuck in their lives. These ingrained thought patterns cause us to react to stimulus in ways that cause us to feel like we have no control over what we feel or what we choose. We make the same kinds of choices again and again and again, keeping us stuck in old patterns that prevent us from making actual sustainable change in our lives. What if, as cosmic revolutionaries, our role in life isn't to run from low energy and hide from really good sci-fi novels, but to bring our highly aligned frequencies onto the planet? We do this by learning how to hold our energy and then by making aligned choices. We change the world by holding our vibration and making choice by choice by choice. Are you able to stand strongly enough in your own vibe and open up your CNN news page and just beam energy to all the challenges on the planet? What if you didn't buy into the realities you read or hear about and simply hold true to your own narrative? It's a practice. It's the first step. It's not the only step, but it's a practice that sets the stage for the next right step. A practice that takes time and patience. When we stay in an aligned place and we are choosing consciously and intentionally, choosing how we respond to the events on the planet, the next right step, the next right action is revealed to us. This state of intentional and aligned awareness that leads to right action creates a chain of choices that support sustainable and enduring change in the world. and of course, also in our own lives. Here's a quick hack. When you're in a situation that feels intensely low vibration, pop into your head and describe what is happening in 2 to 3 sentences without the drama. Notice who else is involved in the situation or the story. Ask yourself if your boundary is being too permeable. Pay attention to where or who the low energy is emanating from. Do you feel threatened? Is what you're sensing something that is actually happening to you? If you are safe, simply be present to the situation. Are there any actions you can take to shift the energy? And finally, place your hand over your heart and be in love. If you want, you can send love to the situation, but only do so if you can stay detached from the outcome. The true source of much of the depletion of empaths comes from wanting to control the situation. What if the situation is exactly as it needs to be for the divine plan to unfold? Here's a final thought. The single most effective thing you can do to shift the vibe on the planet is to be relentlessly authentic. That's it. Just be yourself. Oh, and love yourself wildly. Start there and see what else unfolds from that vibe. You might be surprised at the cosmic revolution that starts from the radical act of simply loving yourself. If you want to learn more about how quantum human design can help you step into your right place and help you reclaim your power to choose a better world, join me on Monday, February 10th for a 5-day Awaken to Your Quantum Human Design Masterclass series. You're going to learn how to align your energy for success in the changing workplace, how to manage your energy so you can optimize your health and vitality, and how to rewire your energy for abundance and fulfillment so you can make better choices for yourself and ultimately for the world. The registration links are in the show notes below. Have a great week.